Welcome to The Growth Kit, a podcast where science and actionable advice intersect to help you live a better life. Q&A, top 5 health tips that go beyond the basics. I was recently at a party when someone hit me with a question. I know I should exercise, eat well, and get quality sleep, but give me the 5 underrated things that I should do to be healthier beyond the basics. I love this because it cuts through the noise and gets to the good stuff. The things that actually move the needle, but don't always make the headlines. After lots of thought, here are my 5, plus some extras because I couldn't resist, that go beyond the foundational strategies. 1. Use a sauna regularly. It seems odd that just getting really hot and sweating without even moving can be one of the healthiest things you can do, but the science backs this up. Regular sauna sessions are linked to a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease, improved circulation, and even neuroprotective benefits. A study published in JAMA Internal Medicine found that those who used a sauna 4 to 7 times per week had a 50% lower risk of death from cardiovascular disease and a 40% lower risk of all-cause mortality compared to those who used it less frequently. Another study in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology showed that regular sauna bathing reduced blood pressure, improved endothelial function, and increased arterial compliance, all critical for heart health. But the benefits go beyond the heart. A Finnish study following over 2,000 men for 20 years found that frequent sauna use was associated with a 65% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease and dementia. This is thought to be due to the increased release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a key protein that supports brain function and neuroplasticity. How to do it? Aim for 15 to 30 minutes in a sauna, 3 to 4 times per week. If you're new to it, start with 10-minute sessions and work your way up. If you have access to a sauna, that is awesome. If you don't, consider a home version like this sauna blanket that I use. 2. Filter your water and air. Most people don't think twice about the quality of their water or the air they breathe, but both play a massive role in long-term health. Tap water can contain heavy metals, chlorine, microplastics, and endocrine disruptors like PFAS, aka forever chemicals, while indoor air is often loaded with pollutants from household cleaners, furniture, and mold. A study published in Environmental Health Perspectives found that long-term exposure to air pollution significantly increased the risk of heart disease, cognitive decline, and premature death. Another study in Nature Communications linked indoor air pollution to higher rates of stroke, lung disease, and Alzheimer's disease. Indoor air pollution is often overlooked, yet it can be significantly worse than outdoor air quality. The EPA has found that indoor air pollution levels can be 2 to 5 times higher than outdoor levels, primarily due to poor ventilation, off-gassing from furniture and household products, and indoor combustion sources. Water contamination is just as concerning. A Harvard study estimated that PFAS chemicals affect over 200 million Americans, with exposure linked to immune dysfunction, hormonal disruption, thyroid disease, and increased cancer risk. Even at low levels, heavy metals like lead and arsenic in tap water have been shown to increase the risk of cardiovascular disease and cognitive decline. How to do it? Water. Invest in a high-quality reverse osmosis water filter that removes heavy metals and contaminants. We use the water drop under-the-counter RO system with remineralization, which has been a game changer. Air. HEPA filters and air purifiers remove mold spores, allergens, and pollutants. If you live in a high-pollution area, use a portable air monitor to check your indoor air quality and consider investing in a HEPA air filter. We use the Allen BreathSmart 75i and the Allen BreatheSmart Fit 50. 3. Take creatine and omega-3 fatty acids. I had trouble picking one supplement to go with over the other, so I cheated and combined them. These 2 supplements, however, are 2 that I think 95% of adults should be taking. They're finally getting the respect they deserved in the last few years, but still far too few people take them. Let's start with creatine, which is well known for enhancing physical performance. boosting muscle strength by up to 26%. But in recent years, the researchers have learned about other benefits, including decreasing blood sugar spikes, helping to treat fatty liver disease, and improving your immune system. It has also been shown to help with health conditions such as TBI, SCI, ALS, Alzheimer's, and stroke. Furthermore, having low levels of creatine is correlated with higher rates of depression. If that's not convincing, I don't know what is. Now, let's go to omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA and EPA, which are essential for brain function, cardiovascular health, and inflammation reduction. A meta-analysis published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that omega-3 supplementation reduces inflammation, lowers triglycerides, and improves cognitive function, especially in older adults. Omega-3s also play a critical role in reducing the risk of chronic diseases like cardiovascular disease, enhancing both mental and physical health. Additionally, a landmark study on omega-3 levels found that individuals with higher omega-3 levels had a 33% lower risk of early death and a 10% longer lifespan compared to those with lower omega-3 levels. The findings are so significant that low omega-3 levels have been shown to be as powerful in predicting early death as smoking. How to do it? Creatine. Take 5 grams of creatine monohydrate daily. I either mix it into some water and just do a shot of it, or put it in my smoothie after a workout. While creatine is generally safe and well-researched, some people may experience bloating, water retention, or mild digestive discomfort when first starting. If you have kidney disease or other underlying conditions, consult your doctor before supplementation. Fish oil. Take 2 to 3 grams of combined EPA and DHA, omega-3 fatty acids, daily from a high-quality fish oil. Performance Lab and Carlson's are 2 reputable brands. You can also eat omega-3 rich foods like seafood and walnuts. While fish oil is widely beneficial, high doses may increase bleeding risk or interact with blood-thinning medications, so talk to your doctor if you're on any medication or have a bleeding disorder. 4. Focus on building grip strength. Your grip strength is one of the strongest predictors of overall health, longevity, and neurological function. Yet it's often overlooked in favor of more obvious fitness markers like endurance or muscle mass. Research has shown that weak grip strength is associated with increased risks of cardiovascular disease, metabolic disorders, cognitive decline, and even early death. A study published in The Lancet examined over 140,000 adults across 17 countries and found that those with weaker grip strength had a 16% higher risk of premature death, a 17% higher risk of cardiovascular disease, and a 9% higher risk of stroke compared to those with stronger grip strength. The study concluded that grip strength was a better predictor of all-cause mortality than systolic blood pressure. Further research supports this finding. A meta-analysis of 42 studies found that grip strength was inversely associated with frailty, disability, and even cognitive decline. This research indicated that a 1 standard deviation decrease in grip strength was associated with a 20% increased risk of frailty and 15% increased risk of disability. Another study published in Age and Aging found that lower grip strength was linked to a 50% increased risk of dementia over a 10-year period. There are countless studies on this correlation of grip and health. But why? We're not exactly sure why this is the case, but the theory is that grip strength is a reflection of overall neuromuscular health, as it requires coordination between the central nervous system and the peripheral muscles of the forearm and hand. Stronger grip strength is linked to greater muscle mass and type 2 muscle fiber recruitment, both of which are critical for physical performance, metabolism, and overall health. Additionally, it may reflect musculoskeletal integrity, which influences bone density, balance, and postural stability, all of which play vital roles in reducing the risks of falls, fractures, and diseases like cardiovascular conditions and neurodegenerative disorders. How to do it? If you really want to get into the data, you can buy a dynamometer and then see how your grip strength stacks up compared to your peers. From there, jump into exercises that improve grip strength that go beyond a standard hand gripper. Farmer's carries. Hold heavy dumbbells or kettlebells and walk a certain distance, forcing your grip and core to stabilize. Aim to carry your body weight for 2 minutes for men and 75% of body weight for women. Dead hangs. Hang from a pull-up bar for as long as possible to strengthen your fingers, forearms, and shoulders. Aim for a goal of 2 minutes for men and 1 minute for women. Deadlifts. These compound movements not only build total body strength, but force your grip to adapt to heavy loads. Aim to deadlift 1.5 times your body weight for men and 1.25 times your body weight for women for 5 reps. Pull-ups and rows. Engaging your back and biceps automatically improves grip endurance and control. Aim to perform 12 to 15 pull-ups for men and 6 to 8 pull-ups for women. 5. Spend more time with others. This one may seem trivial, but in our increasingly isolated society, where loneliness is now an epidemic, it highlights something that was once taken for granted: the profound impact social connections have on our health. A generation ago, we didn't need to consider the importance of relationships in the same way because we were socializing more, but now it's clear that our connections are powerful. Strong social ties are the single most significant predictor of long-term health and happiness, even surpassing diet and exercise. As humans, we are inherently social beings, and loneliness has become a recognized health risk. In fact, a meta-analysis in Perspectives on Psychological Science found that low social interaction is detrimental to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, being an alcoholic, leading a sedentary lifestyle, being twice as harmful as obesity. The Harvard Study of Adult Development, the longest-running study on human well-being, followed participants for over 80 years and found that the quality of one's relationships is the strongest predictor of long-term health, happiness, and even career success. People with strong social bonds had lower stress levels, better mental health, and a reduced risk of heart disease, depression, and cognitive decline. Another study in Pelos Medicine found that people with weak social connections had a 50% higher risk of premature death. Loneliness has also been linked to higher cortisol levels, increased inflammation, and impaired immune function, all of which accelerate aging and increase disease risk. How to do it? Make social interactions non-negotiable. They should be as much a priority as diet, exercise, or sleep. Schedule weekly dinners with friends or family and make them a consistent habit. Join a community that aligns with your interests, whether it's a fitness group, book club, or volunteer organization. Check in regularly. Even a 10-minute phone call can strengthen relationships and reduce stress. Engage in face-to-face interactions over texting or social media, as physical presence provides stronger emotional and physiological benefits. Be proactive about friendships. Don't wait for people to reach out. Take the initiative. Social relationships should be high quality, not just high quantity. Focus on deeper connections over surface-level interactions. Even small moments of connection, like a genuine conversation with a barista or a quick chat with a neighbor, can provide measurable benefits to mood and stress levels. In a world that's becoming increasingly digital and isolated, prioritizing real, meaningful connections may be one of the most underrated yet most powerful things you can do for your health and longevity. Honorable mentions. VO2 Max. One of the best predictors of longevity. Improving your aerobic capacity can significantly reduce all-cause mortality risk. Incorporate high-intensity intervals into your routine. Breathwork. Techniques like nasal breathing and box breathing can lower stress, improve CO2 tolerance, and boost overall resilience. Try starting your day with a few minutes of breathwork to prime your nervous system. Gut health. A diverse microbiome is linked to better immunity, digestion, and even mental health. Eat fiber-rich, fermented foods, and avoid unnecessary antibiotics. Consider probiotic cycling to keep gut bacteria thriving. Thanks for tuning into the Growth Kit podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave a review. You can check out my website at mindbodydad.com and subscribe for more weekly insights sent to your inbox. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at mindbodydad. Many of the links I share are affiliate links, which means I earn a small commission if you purchase through them. This doesn't affect the price you pay, but it helps support the podcast. In some cases, I may even be able to provide unique discounts for you. I only recommend products and resources that I genuinely believe in and use myself. My top priority is to provide practical ways to help you live better, and I wouldn't link to anything that doesn't align with that goal. Thanks for your support.